रेलवे ओवरब्रिज बनवाया जाए। धन्यवाद।
Sri, now we are taking up item number 14, and that now Sri Galla, Jayadev.
Thank you, sir. Sir, the Cabinet on 2nd December 2014 cleared 14 changes in the Companies Act, paving the way for tabling the amendments in the ongoing Parliament session. The amendments are mainly aimed at making it easier to do business in India. Sir, in the latest World Bank report, as been mentioned by many other members in this debate, India ranks 142 out of 189 nations in terms of ease of doing business, even though our score has improved on various parameters over last year. India is still the lowest ranked country in South Asia, with Sri Lanka ranked at 99, Nepal 108, Maldives at 116, Bhutan at 125, and Pakistan at 128, all ranked higher than India. Sir, for our size, stature, and capability, the government should set a short-term target of getting it at least to the top 50 within next 5 years, and another target of getting into the top 10 within 10 years. It would not be out of context to mention that for starting a business in India, 13 procedures are currently required. These include everything from obtaining a direct identification number, obtaining a digital signature certificate, reserve the company name with the ROC, and so on. 13 different procedures are required. The best in class, the top performing countries in the world, it's only 5 procedures. So we should see how can we bring these 13 procedures down to 5 if we want to really ease the ease of doing business. While the above is on one side, land acquisition for setting up industries has its own set of procedures, thereby making it tedious and time-consuming for both domestic and international companies, and also at times discouraging the new entrepreneurs. All the impediments from acquiring land as required to setting up industries, the procedure should be made easy, and allied approvals needed should be made seamless under a single window system with timelines set. This will encourage and enable the domestic startups and foreign investments to flow in the country. Yesterday, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh has announced that under the new industrial policy of the state, 28 approvals would be given in just 21 days for setting up a business in Andhra Pradesh. Earlier, it used to take 90 days for such approvals. He also observed that any single window clearance should not become an additional window, which will otherwise obstruct industrial growth in the state or country for that matter. Secondly, quite a few definitions and provisions in the company law and SEBI do not match. They need to be the same and synchronized, and the Companies Act should prevail, and SEBI should go on as per the Companies Act to avoid any confusion in understanding and misinterpreting. One example, definition of a related party under the Companies Act and the definition in Clause 49 of SEBI regulations are not the same. Sir, I wanted to give a couple of recommendations on the corporate social responsibility obligations on industry. With effect from April 1st, 2014, every company, private limited or public limited, which either has a net worth of 500 crores or turnover of 1,000 crore or net profit of 5 crores, needs to spend at least 2% of its average net profit for the immediately preceding 3 financial years on corporate social responsibility activities. Sir, what I would like to suggest is that skill development also should be brought under CSR. That way, I think if we have to grow as per the projections, if GDP is to grow at 7 to 9% per year, by 2020, we'll need additional 200 million or 20 crore additional skilled workforce. And the only way that that can happen is for industry to become more active in skilling the people as well. So if we can allow CSR funds to be used for skill development, I think that would go a long way in helping that to happen. Secondly, on the lines of the Sansad Gram Vikas Yojana for each parliament member, our Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Chandrababu Naidu Garu, has envisioned that various companies should involve in the development of villages by adopting villages. Countrywide implementation of the same would streamline our CSR activities and expedite development work as well. Sir, I would like to say that any regulation or control should not stifle innovation and entrepreneurism, which ultimately leads to prosperity of not only the country but also the companies. But at the same time, all factors must be carefully balanced in the legislation and rulemaking process. They must provide the requisite comfort to investor as well as other stakeholders that are affected by business activity. And equally, the important point in the present competitive world, every effort has to be made on the top ranking by demonstrating better environment in ease of doing business. It is only then that we will get foreign investors, which ultimately helps in inclusive growth and rewrite the growth story of our country. With these words, I conclude my observations. Thank you.